Anyways, I'm back. I got my food. Thank you, Nerdy, for
Yeah, of
carrying the
course.
commentary there.
I can do that.
Again, we
Anytime.
have Ancoboy versus Automat coming up for our second quarterfinals match of the day, and I'm ready to get right into these player interviews. I don't
Let's
know
do
about
this.
you, but I'm ready to see what these players have to say about themselves. So let's get into it.
What can I say? Hello, I'm Automat, I'm speedrunning, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. Well, hello there, I'm Automat. I'm from Poland, Polish speedrunner. So yeah, it was 11 years ago when I went to my friend's house and he showed me this game that he found on YouTube or something, and it was, yeah, Minecraft. And yeah, I kinda liked it, so I just started playing it for fun. And then like in 2012, I went into creating my own YouTube channel. I believe in 2018 or 2019, I just decided to give up YouTube for quite a time and focus more on college, on maybe some CSGO. And then just speedruns came, and I kind of fell in love with Minecraft again. So I tried them, I liked them, I revived my Twitch channel, and
Yes, sub 20.
the rest is just history. I'm not sure which world record I saw first, but that was maybe Sizzler's or Nice Twice or Benex's, maybe even Dreams video. Combination of these and Polish streams, actually, Polish YouTubers trying to beat the records, but it all inspired me to just try speedrunning also. I wasn't fully active in Minecraft speedrunning again after my comeback to Season 1 ranked, and just because of it I didn't play ranked Season 2 at all, and just, yeah, I had to like qualify, right? Top 100, and just played 6 matches, got 100%, and was like, yeah, that's gonna be funny, let's just stay at it. I mean, every single opponent's gonna be hard. And I'm scared of actually myself the most, because I have no idea how I'm gonna perform. I need to play more and more consistent, and I've been working on it. It's not easy for me mentally and physically to do so. So yeah, every single opponent will be very hard, for sure. I'm very proud of my speedrun community that we've created over these 3 years. I don't think I'm the best. I think Hofik was in his prime better than me. So my goal is to push myself to be even better than Hofik was in his days before he retired. I'm not gonna say it's my main motivation. I just want to be the best player I can just be. These days I'm very much focused on the speedrunning and YouTube community and Twitch community right now. I'm very proud of my YouTube channel. I'm very proud of my Twitch streams and community that I've gathered here. Very kind people, very amazing people that even if I just disappear for a year, they're gonna be still back there to support me and my Minecraft speedrunning dream. And it's just a beautiful thing to, you know, see all these people interact with each other and just being nice to each other and to me too.
Hi, I'm Ancoboy. I'm a 19 years old speedrunner from Turkey. I started playing Minecraft in 2012 by playing survival with friends, and it is among the games I have played since then. I started MCSR 3 years ago in 2021. When I saw Illumina's world record, it caught my attention, and I have been speedrunning competitively ever since. Getting into the top 8 was challenging, and it helped me improve myself thanks to competitive matches. I like how Silver plays. He pays attention to even the smallest details and rarely makes mistakes. Since I am currently preparing for university, my time is generally limited. In the remaining time, we make parody songs within the group called Kırkayak, and there is even a diss track made against me.
Wow. Fantastic. I swear it's not.
It's not even a bit. I forget every time. It's not even a bit. I'm not even kidding. I forget. I was eating too. I have like a better excuse this time, guys. I'm not even trolling. It's not a bit. Like I'm not kidding. I didn't mean to be muted.
Okay. Well, really, yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know what to say. But anyway, some great interviews there. And this is obviously a match that I personally have expressed a lot of interest in, specifically. Of course, Automat, very funny narrative that he's only played 6 games in the regular season. Now going into this, he's already top 8. I mean, that's just funny. There's no way around that. It's just funny stuff. It's just good content.
Yeah, I mean,
And yeah,
the storyline there, and then also Ancoboy having the fastest ranked average in season 2, like
that's awesome.
ranked
Yeah.
warrior. Didn't finish rank 1. Think was maybe like in the bottom half of finishing top 8. But has the fastest average. I mean, he's just a very, very fast player. From personal experience, from talking to other people, Ancoboy is extremely fast. But Automat, extremely consistent. Maybe a bigger blown up version of what we saw in the last game, Quist versus Dewo, consistency versus speed. Maybe even bigger disparity there in this match here. Automat, I mean, literally only playing a few games, but he's been very consistent. It was a very dominant 2-0 against Oxy last week. So we're going to throw it over to Fulham to fully recap last week's matches with these players before we get into the seed selection, before we get into our second quarterfinals match. Take it away, Fulham.
Amazing. So thank you guys for joining me again for this recap. Big thank you to the players in the last seed. I'm going to try and speed through this one as quickly as possible because I know that we are tight on schedule at the moment. Of course, going to a game 5 there probably does cause that to happen. First up, we're going to be looking at Ancoboy's last matches. Was playing against Rannick. Entering the Bastion, it seems like Ancoboy plays a lot more consistently in this matchup versus Rannick. Let's have a look at how Rannick had to enter this Bastion here. Little bit of struggles. It just seemed like Ancoboy was very consistent in last game. We've all had those sort of situations where you lose 20, 30 seconds. But I love how Ancoboy played this Solsam Valley fortress. He really showed how aggressive he was, just able to look at that Pearl clutch. It's just all fantastic. The aggression and the speed at which he played was just unfathomable. And Rannick, sadly, unable to keep up. Ancoboy able to take this seed in game number 1 very easily. Ancoboy in game number 2 hits the 2-0, and this is why you probably didn't get to see me analyze this one last time. Ancoboy able to hit a absolutely fantastic 0 cycle. Very, very simple, but does sadly mess it up. This was what the issue was in this seed. We've only got a few beds now. Rannick gets the insta-perch after also going for this 0 cycle. Sadly, also messes up the 0 cycle. So both runners struggling a lot with this end fight here. Both of them placing their anchors. Actually, sorry. No, Rannick was the only one who did place the anchors. And now Rannick only has 1 bed remaining, allowing Ancoboy to finish out this seed slightly faster than what Rannick was able to do. This one was a much more scuffed game than the first one, especially just because of that double failed 0-2. Very, very difficult 0 cycles. But with Ancoboy on just half a heart, he was able to axe the dragon to death. Did have more explosives, but sadly wasn't able to use them because of the half a heart. Was super, super close in the end. We're going to head over to Automat, who was playing in our first match of the day versus Oxidiot, and goes down to break this treasure spawner, which I think was very clever, a very smart play, pretty safe again. And Oxidiot sadly taking a death to Pearling here, allowing Automat to have the time to play ever so slightly safer. Does have a little bit of trouble here trying to do the sprint boat tech that's been enabled, but forgetting that he's already broken all of these blocks, but does enter the end first, does the classic Automat half bow, nearly takes a death as he sees the dragon charging towards him on a perch, goes for the insta leap down, which I thought was absolutely fantastic, but really does one cycle the dragon fantastically well, takes the first seed, and also takes the second seed as well. Oxidiot unfortunately messes up the early portal entry, ever so slightly, losing that water, losing a couple of seconds here and there, but allowing Automat to get into the lead. Oxidia only gets 16 obsidian, meaning that they use the home portal for beds, and also for that measurement, allowing Automat to get into the stronghold first. And Automat enters the end around about a minute faster, gets the perch, and sustains his 100% win rate from the start of the season all the way to the end. Two players both going 2-0 in their first games. This one is a clash of the titans, the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. Who's going to take home this victory? We don't know, but this is what we're here to find out. Ancoboy versus Automat in a best of 5. I'm going to send it back over to the other two commentators. Nerdy, Feinberg, take this one away. Really excited to see this best of 5 here.
Fantastic
W
stuff.
recap. I'm not muted this time.
Not muted. Let's go, Feinberg.
I'm not
Let's
muted.
go. That's the real win today that we've seen.
Good
Anyways,
to see the just high level of gameplay from both these runners. I think Fulham's right. Like if our last story was 2 underdogs, Quist and Dewo playing, I mean, I'd say Automat is another underdog here, but it's a very weird, not traditional sense of the underdog, right? Like not having ever lost a 1v1 this entire season and in playoffs. And
yeah,
we get another shipwreck ban. Oh my god. And the BT though, instead of Temple. Interesting. What do you think?
I mean, Ancoboy, disappointing me a little bit in this way. Banning shipwreck, I feel like one day that won't happen. Automat banning buried treasure, which I respect. So we're gonna play village to start. I think I don't know. I feel like there's a good chance. I mean, it's hard to say entirely, obviously, but I think there's a good chance that Automat's played more villages in his life.
Then Ancoboy?
Yeah,
Probably.
I think that's true.
I mean, they're very off meta. Automat, like he said in his interview, has been around for a while.
Exactly.
Played a lot more back then than he does now, I think. Just yeah, and I mean, he didn't ban Temple either, so maybe comfortable on low food situations. Again, very comfortable, very consistent player.
Right.
Whereas Ancoboy, incredibly fast. Look at that, 12:06 ranked average, 8:36 best ranked time. Again, Automat doesn't have many matches that we can really pull a sample size from here for this the stats down here. Only 6 wins, and I mean, who knows how many of those were even finished games. Could literally be 2 averages there, but Desert Village, ugly, but there's another blacksmith. I was gonna say just 2 gold is not ranked filter worthy, but 13 iron is ranked filter worthy, so not gonna need to kill the golem here. You're gonna be, how do you find flint? How do you find your enter? How much food are you getting? Both runners actually getting 3 hay bales each. Some nice consistency there. And I mean, very textbook seed. If you can find the lava pool, Ancoboy making shears for blocks, very smart. We'll see if Automat does the same. It's awkward on these savanna trees, but he's gonna find an oak one over here, maybe that he will shear. It's just really weird for the acacia to get the upper ring of leaves. I do think it's better than not shearing at all. Surely he made the shears and is actually gonna use them also, maybe. There we go. And Automat also making shears. So both of these runners, it's just the correct play. Nice see from both of them. No mistakes so far. And the lava pool is just right here. So it's going to come down to flint. Maybe they're wood lighting even.
Both of them look like they're going for that.
Yeah, Automat just forgot water there. But if there's no gravel, I mean, it's definitely the right play. And it's going to maybe create some variance in who enters first. Automat using leaves instead of wood. Works. I think the same way. I think they might burn faster. I should
I
know
think so.
more
I think
about
that's
the
right.
woodlight, but I mean he's at a leaf almost already burn on him once. So if they burn faster, I think it's the better play. But Ancoboy's in. Some
Ancoboy's
RNG
in.
here potentially. Automat. He's got one fire caught. Should potentially then go here within the next few seconds, but we'll have to
Ooh,
see. It
not a
is
good
just
start.
RNG. Yeah, there's not much he can really do. I don't think it's possible to standardize woodlight stuff. Yeah, these leaves are burning and not catching. He is on hard. Surely the fire that could, as Ancoboy heads towards the bastion. Oh, no more fire. Puts leaves back. This is unfortunate.
Yeah, this is not what you like to see.
But what can you do? I mean, it's almost worse for the mental too than it is for the time stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's still potentially like catch upable situation, but it's just getting unlucky. I mean, again, I don't think the leaves versus the wood really matters. Like I think he could be putting more lava down in some situations, but like I don't think it's the perfect woodlight setup. Yeah, and he's trying to maybe look for flint, but there's just none close. There's no river, so
Does
he's
this setup
just got
just
to
not
hope it works
work?
out. I mean, it should work. Some people in chat saying leaves are
There we
worse. Oh yeah,
go.
there we go. Like 6 fire blocks. Oh, and he
Oh
gets
no.
picked by the fire as he gets in. Just insult to injury. That not only behind by now over a minute.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the optimal setup. I don't think it's.
Oh, is he
Is
gonna
he
die
dead?
here?
Is he dead? I know he's on hard still potentially.
Oh
Oh, skeleton,
no.
and he's fully dead. Like, oh man, just can't catch a
God, what
break.
a brutal start to this game. It's not like a full death, just to clarify. He didn't
Yeah,
lose stuff,
well, it
right?
is a
So
full death, but
you
it's
know what
not
I
in
mean. It's not like
yeah,
it's not like a 4-minute death here.
I
It's
know what you
a
meant.
death at
It
4
is
minutes that will lose him like a minute or less.
complete just insult to injury though, like that,
Yeah.
sitting here waiting for the woodlight, finally get it.
Yep.
Definitely was his fault that he ran into the fire and was potentially his fault that he got jumped by a skeleton, but I mean, there's only so much you can do sometimes. The Skelly, both Skelly's still here actually, but I
Wow.
think he's got all his stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much you could be missing from the overworld here, so. Did he
Yeah.
even, is he even heading to the Bastion? Yeah, he is, okay. It was a little wrong direction.
Oh my God.
And, okay. Does he have bread? He does have his bread. Okay, so he's good. Again, is this something that you can just shake off and just run it back in the next seed, or even try to play perfectly in this seed and hope Ancoboy makes a mistake? Because it's been maybe 2.5 minutes now that Ancoboy's been
Yes.
ahead in the Bastion, and it has taken him a while. So I haven't been fully paying attention to if this Bastion route slowness is his fault
Right.
or just low pigs or some bad trades, because he's finally got 20, so I'm waiting on 20 for a while. Made iron bars for ground zero, but I think only can make 4 beds, so it's kind of funny that I don't think he'll be going for it either way. And maybe he didn't see the fort here? I think we'll see it now, though. This is the way that Automat came in to the fort, so
Right.
maybe, yeah, sees it over there to the left, I think. So Automat not getting that much time saved back from Incaboy's terrain nav, and is it already too late? I mean, we've seen people spend minutes in strongholds. We've seen people die doing zero. We've seen people die in the portal room today. So, like, literally anything could happen. But it's not a good start at all when you're this behind. I think I think Automat's still on hard.
He
Not
might be.
entirely sure.
I mean, the piglins spawned in with the gold sword, so he definitely entered the Nether on hard. or he spawned in the Bastion on hard. But
Okay,
did he?
people in chat saying switch back. Yeah, when you
Yeah,
enter
okay.
on hard, they would like be strapped,
Yeah,
for lack of a better word. Some
yeah,
potential
yeah.
fire aspect swords, some potential sharpness swords. But yeah, when you see enchantments on piglins, you generally know that, oh crap, maybe I'm on hard. Maybe I should switch off. It didn't seem to affect his play that much, but again, just behind by a couple of minutes. Ancoboy not playing a perfect blaze bedded spawner, but it's good enough. Got most of the blocks cleared out.
Right.
And 4 beds, 3 anchors, definitely zeroable. I don't know if I'd be comfortable with ground zero with this many explosives, but speaking as someone who's never attempted ground zero, I don't think I have like authority to make that opinion mean anything. So maybe
Yeah.
we'll see him go for ground zero, but it'll most likely just be zeroable. Anyways, he's getting into the blind split. And again, yeah, Automat just still in the Bastion, taking both runners a similar amount of time, and that's not what Automat wants when he's 2 minutes behind. No Ninbot on screen for Ancoboy, so I know he doesn't do boat eyes, so we're probably going to see 2 eyes from him all day today. And I don't think Automat does boat eye either. I wouldn't imagine he would have learned it recently, but maybe. I don't think he did it last week. Automat in the fort, though, I mean, it is Ancoboy's game to lose for sure. Just in the sense of as how ahead he was from the woodlight, from the death. I mean, no major mistakes from Automat other than those 2 things. No major mistakes from Ancoboy, but it is 2 just big time loss, big quality mistakes. And it's not a good thing when the mistakes are high quality. You want the low. I don't even really know how to phrase it. Like you get like low quality mistake, you
Yeah.
could take that either way. But you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean.
Impact is a better word. Shout out to Fulham. Nice pearl clutch there from Ancoboy as well. High impact and low impact mistakes. Is this gonna hit the stronghold? No.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay. Always rough when you're in a cave, but it's never the end of the world. Nice preemptive spike there as well.
Yeah, this is looking like a potentially very clean win for Ancoboy. Unfortunately, we may have Automat's first loss of this season.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking like it. It's gonna have to be a choke on the zero, either with a death or with so much time lost that Automat's able to fully come back. Because even if you choke the zero, you still get the perch. At 95, gets there with a ton of time left. 1 full rotation. 2 full rotations even. That was way quicker than I thought. Not amazing damage on the first bit, but we got 7 explosives. So as long as there's no anchor shenanigans, just remembers to put an anchor in the middle before he charges them. Perfect. Anchor on the side. You're going to have to use all 7, and I don't think he should get hit off here, especially if he falls down. Nope, still good either way. Oh, we're good, though. We're good.
Does get it off, but he's okay.
We are good. And yeah, that's going to be our seed 1. I mean, just no mistakes from Ancoboy, really, I don't think. Like, other than maybe minor stuff that was like 1 or 2 seconds here and there, just like a very clean run. And
Automat, unfortunately, the win streak has ended. At least
yeah,
insofar as, season 2. Even though technically these don't count for season 2, but you know what I mean. Everyone knows what I mean.
yeah. I mean, other than the woodlight, Onmat died. And it was other like apart from that, I mean, just clean Minecraft from both players. But those 2 mistakes were high impact, like I said, and that's just that's all there was to it. I don't know.
Good stuff though. Good stuff from Ancoboy. I mean, shout out to Ancoboy. That match, I mean, I don't know if I could think of even like I don't know, just very clean play overall. Very clean play, and it's hard to put too much criticism on Automat. I feel like, I mean, yes, there were mistakes that happened, but I feel like it was really just a bit of bad luck, some smaller mistakes that added a lot of time up, and Ancoboy just playing very clean, very fast.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm ready to look at our seed selection for game 2 and get right into it. I don't know. Just not much to say about that seed. It was just good Minecraft. The mistakes were just unfortunately too severe, too high impact for Automat to be able to come back, especially when
Yeah.
Ancoboy plays perfectly like that or close to perfect. There's not much you can do really
Yeah.
if you're in an Automat situation. Like I wonder if he would have even like how close it would have been if he didn't die to the woodlight or didn't slow down. Like how
Right.
fast really did Ancoboy play that seed? I don't know. But Automat picks Desert Temple between Desert Temple and Rune Portal. I mean, they do have to play all 3 seeds because it at worst case is a 3-0. So this doesn't really matter what you pick here, but it's Desert Temple over Rune Portal, and maybe just more confident in the food situation. But the only thing about this Desert Temple pick, Nerdy, is it's possible that it's a Desert Temple. Obviously, the Desert Temple will be in a desert. It's possible that there is another Woodlight situation for Automat again.
Oh no, we don't want to see that. That would be a disaster. But no, I believe Automat, goes for so leaves are worse. Is that what I'm getting?
I think it's they did not actually change the seed.
Very good.
Unlucky. It happens. Happened last season. No big deal. We'll get back into our game in just a second. What can you do? I mean, maybe there was a desert temple on that seed. It was a desert. Maybe I don't know. But I think leaves are maybe slightly worse. But I know his setup wasn't amazing. The cup setup, I think the 2 on the side don't do that much, and you want to have lava on top of the portal, like on the corners, that flows down on the side, and it gives a ton of lava source on the like air near the leaves to like insta catch. He didn't make the perfect setup, but he definitely also got unlucky. So hopefully we don't see a flintless woodlight. That's kind of redundant. You wouldn't really do a flint full woodlight. I guess if you have no iron, I don't know. I digress. We are going to get into surely our desert temple seed this time, and it does look like it with a village for good measure as well, but it's too far away. Runners probably won't be using that village. There's the lava pool, but there is a river, Nerdy. We're going to see flint. No woodlight.
Ooh, let's go.
W. Very
Hopefully
exciting.
hopefully there's a piece of gravel in the entire river.
It's possible that there's no gravel. 10 iron, that's perfect. 11 actually. So, but as well with 11 iron, there's 11 rotten flesh only, and I'm not sure about golden apple count. So this is a hyper low food seed. Is Ancoboy actually heading to the village to get food? I think he is. Look at those hay bales. I mean,
Decision.
it's
Okay.
really not that slow, I don't think. They're at the edge of this village right here. Like he's gonna blow this up and it's like 50 bread. You're gonna get a bed. You're gonna be able to blow up this house for your wood. So I think Automat's gonna be in the nether first, but it's gonna be a much worse quality enter in terms of the food and the blocks that he has. Like
Right.
slower to blow up this savanna tree, less wood. Ancoboy is able to find gravel here. I mean, Automat's already got his flint, so I mean, it's a similar situation for both runners, but
Right.
I think what Ancoboy did here is just much better.
I
Noticing
agree.
that those hay bales were so close. Now, like if the hay bales were on the opposite side of the village, I don't know if it's the right play. But he has 42 bread. Like Automat's 11 rotten flesh might only do 10 full hearts of healing. And he's already down 4. Like I don't.
Yeah.
it's going to be very tight. And I don't. Was Ancoboy running to a different lava pool? Okay. No, he wasn't running
It
towards the
lost
one
him,
next
what,
to
like
him.
20? He's like 15, 20 seconds behind here.
I mean, if there's one hunger reset, or just one
Right,
instance
sure.
ever where you need to throw like 3 pearls in a row, or something, like 4 in a row potentially, it's
Oh, and he's taking fall damage immediately.
yeah, like it's definitely gonna bring the time back. It would have to be like a god seed for Automat to not lose that much time to foodie. It does have 1 golden apple, so it's not the end of the world. But again, it's like very little food. I have no idea what bastion this is. I think it's housing. It's treasure. That was my second guess. That was my first guess, and then I saw some weird stuff on the bottom. Unlucky. It's bridge and chat. Could be stables as well. There is a bridge that Automat's on right now. So again, maybe some bastion naming discourse. Why is treasure named bridge? Or don't clip that. Why is treasure not named bridge? Why is bridge not named treasure? And the bridge has the treasure, and the treasure has a bridge. What do you guys think?
That is the question that everyone wants to know. I mean, that
Guys,
is really no. It's a fantastic point. It's honestly one of the best points I've heard all day.
Thank you, Nerdy. And again, I mean, look at Automat. He's at the Bastion, still at 6 hearts, but 6 of his rotten flesh is just gone.
Yeah, just
From
burned.
getting there, from taking some damage. I mean, again, he's going to have a gap. I don't think he's going to die. Automat is not the person to die, even though
Which
he
is
died
slow.
last season. Yeah, it's just slow. I don't expect to see a death from Automat again in this best of 5. Just knowing him as a player, knowing him as the consistency demon. But it is just slower. Like, you're just going to not be able to throw pros, especially if this is a partial or full SSV fort. If you want to play safe and not die, it is so slow to do that on Rotten Flesh compared to Bread. And taking 2 crossbow shots from a crossbow piglin is not the way to save your health at all. And a skeleton as well, just burning through the limited food resources he has. Another shot from a skeleton. Yeah, it's the food situation might decide this seed and might put Ancoboy up 2-0.
Yep.
It's
It really might. I mean, just the 4 hearts right now, 2 run. It's just not looking good. It's just not looking good for Automat. I hate to say it.
I mean, if I'm him, you might even need to eat the gap, like, as you pearl to the fort, and then, like, you get 1 hunger reset, and it's very doable. Nice pearl from Ancoboy there. Wow. Go 1 block gap, and he gets on the fort. No block clutch needed. That was an insane pearl. And, okay, it doesn't look amazingly SSVable. If Automat goes down here, he's going to go left and play strays. So maybe some time save potential if he gets good strays. But if he doesn't, he's going to hit this spawner late. And yeah, he's going to have to run back. So it did end up being time loss. Not a good enough SSV. Didn't lower render early enough, I think, because it's just so close to the Bastion that it doesn't really matter. So a little bit more time loss. Gonna put Ancoboy more in the lead. If the food situation wasn't enough, no fire res from Ancomat. Dude, they both like start with an A. It's so hard. I've been doing it all seed, man. Oh my god.
You know what?
I've been doing it all
It's okay.
seed.
I can't blame you. I can't blame you. I can't say I wouldn't do that myself.
Well, you haven't, so it looks better than me.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it myself. I was trying to be nice, guys.
That's okay, Nerdy. I'll take the L there. But yeah, Ancoboy is just going to be in the lead. Automat purling to terrain, maybe to throw a second eye, maybe to have a cleaner hunger reset. Maybe he doesn't know the best way to hunger reset in your ocean hovering nether portal, whatever you call that. Like the Y70 floating nether portals. I mean, to be fair, I don't know the optimal setup. I could probably freehand something, but I don't know an amazing setup for it either. Wonder what he's going for here, though. If he's gonna, oh, picking up his eye. Okay. So he gets the hunger reset off, but it's just so much slower. Looking for his second eye, maybe.
Yeah.
And it didn't break, I don't think. Looking at Ancoboy's inventory. Oh, it did, actually. He has one spare blaze powder. When runners do that, it's so silly. Not
Automat
crafting all
is
their eyes.
just behind again. I hate to say
Yeah,
it,
I mean,
just behind.
it's just the food situation, I think, and Ancoboy not having to pearl away and hunger reset and everything. Like it's that's why he's going to chords and Automat's just behind on the rods. He blinded first because he was lower on rods in the first place. Took more time on his measuring split. I mean, the food situation's fine, but if he has to throw one pearl, I don't even know if Rotten Flesh will heal you 2.5 hearts. I think it will barely. Like 2 Rotten Flesh will heal you 2.5 from the pearl, but if he has to throw 2 pearls, there's going to have to be another hunger reset, I think, or some food in the stronghold if he wants to 0. So it could already be over. I mean, you're in the stronghold first, in the end first, 0able. It is over. That's just how it works, but it looks
It's like that
very
one
weird
decision.
nav. Yeah, just not going to the village. I don't know.
So, I mean, there have been some mechanical stuff that looks like Anchorboy's been faster with,
Portal
measuring
room.
stuff like that, but...
Sub 10 pace. How much
Oh
bread
my
did
God.
he eat out of the
Hog.
42? He has 33. We've eaten 9 bread. Still has the gap in his inventory. 10 bread now. Pearl, if it's front, very doable. And this could just be, a 2-0.
This could be 2-0, yeah.
Pushing to 95. Lots of time. 2 good pearls. Yeah, another full rotation. I mean, and I think there's just a ton of explosives. He has one from the village as well, so has even more explosives than Automat if it did come down to it. But I don't think it is. And credit where credit's due. Automat catching up a lot of time, like gonna be in the portal room, maybe even in the end as Ancoboy wins. So it was within a minute, minute 5, minute 10, but it's the food decision. I think that's all it was.
It's literally
And I
just
think that's
food,
why
yeah.
Ancoboy is up 2-0. It's just knowing that you have 11 Rotten Flesh only, no passive mobs in the savannah. Going for the village hay bales was just the right play.
That's crazy, yeah.
On the seed. And gives him the 2-0.
I mean, fair play to Ancoboy. Like, I don't want to take that away from Ancoboy. That's a really heads-up play. To see the village and to go for it and to commit to make the judgment call that it would be faster is not an easy thing to do at all. And, you know, it feels a little bit risky in a way because, you know, that you're told that the seed is a desert temple and you play the seed as a desert temple and then you see the village. Having to make that call is not easy. And I think it was just really well done from Ancoboy making that
100%.
call.
Knowing that time loss on the enter would spiral and snowball into eventual time save on the seed, and that's all it is. That's all it was.
Yep.
And I mean, I think with that, we're ready to send it over to what potentially could be our shortest analysis segment of the entire season. With Fulham, I think he's ready. Maybe he's not. Maybe I'm giving a little bit of time there. I mean, honestly, wasn't much to clip or analyze. Not any insane mistakes from either runners, but we'll see what Fulham has to say as we get into our analysis segment in just a second.
Okay, so yes, as Feinberg did say there's not a lot to go over. In fact, in that first seed, we do literally have one clip total to go over, and that is this very first clip. We see the fire in this portal, not amazing, really slow wood light from Automat here, struggling to get that wood to finally light. Shifting on the side of this block does clip on a little bit of fire. And the really important thing to note here is that he is still on hard mode. And this is what's going to cause all of this trouble here in the rest of the seed. You know, we see still on fire, taking a hell of a lot of damage, not regenning at all. Does just about survive here, but by digging through this part here, there's a sneaky skeleton, double skeleton, and does die. And the first seed, I don't have anything to analyze for Ancoboy. Ancoboy clean plays the whole run. Not really a lot of mistakes, seconds here and there, but there's nothing to analyze in utter detail, as we've had to do with the last couple of seeds. Ancoboy plays it very clean. We're going to go into seed number 2 now, and the big decision difference here was that Ancoboy decided to go for this village. Again, something that both of the commentators picked up on very early on. A village was seen and decides to go here. I think one of the really important plays was able to not only get that food, but to be able to get all of this wood, all of these quality blocks early on, just to be able to increase the gap. It was only maybe a 20-second decision between those two plays, but arguably the biggest discourse of the whole run is
maybe some Bastion naming discourse. Why is treasure named Bridge? Or
why is treasure named Bridge? Now, this is the real analysis that you've come to see from the Fulham analysis segment. Why is treasure named Bridge? Chat, I'm going to throw this one over to you because I've gone through all of my books. I pulled out a whole folder of information. Look. I pulled out the Bastion naming folder here, and I scrolled all the way back. I could not find why treasure was in fact named Bridge. I'm gonna have to throw that one over to you guys because I'm not sure, honestly. Anyway, next up on seed 2, Anko does make a fantastic pearl through here to head onto the fortress. Very, very clean. No need to go round. Just one pearl. You're straight there, increasing that gap. And something that was brought up last was actually how to hunger reset in these Y70 portals. And this was a clip that I wasn't really able to use from last week. Draconics showed this off absolutely fantastically. Did really, really well. And they showed perfectly how to do this sort of hunger reset in these floating portals, something that Automat may not know how to do or just wasn't 100% confident in doing. Able to place this bed here, break the portal, and pearl into the floor a couple of times, resetting your hunger and getting back up to full health before heading back through the portal. Something really clean, just wanted to bring that up from last week. And finally, Ancoboy in the end first, getting another very clean 0 cycle, gets there very early. Early rotations, early beds, able to deal substantial damage to the dragon. Very, very comfortable. And it's a comfortable 2-0. I don't know what Automat can do to bring this back, because I'm going to be deadly serious. Automat hasn't played badly. He's made one mistake on seed number 1 with that woodlight. Little bit unlucky, being truthful, but the real mistake was not turning it off from hard. And that is the only mistake that I can see from that seed number 1. Turned it off of hard too late, sadly, and that caused him to take a little bit too much damage. In seed number 2, not a lot of mistakes made by Automat. Played really well, just an unfortunate decision-making error early on, deciding not to go for the village, even though those hay bales were quite close. Not getting any of those, pigs or cows in the savannah that he decided to go to, and that was all the difference was. So, again, it's two really, really... It's a clash of the titans, if you will. I wonder if this is going to be a game of two halves. Are we going to see Automat still play clean, but play correctly now? Maybe make the slightly better decisions that we've been known to see him make? It's been a really close game, and I don't want to say Automat's been a step below, and I don't want to say that Ancoboy's been a step above, because both of these players have played really, really well. However, the scoreline says 2-0, and all that Ancoboy has to do is play clean for one more seed, and we could see Automat's 100% record turn into a 67% record. So, let's see what this 3rd, 4th, and potentially even 5th seed does bring. I'm going to give it back over to Nerdy and Feinberg to take you through those final seeds.
I'm unmuting. I was going to speak, and then I thought about it, and I realized.
Congrats, Feinberg. I'm so proud. I'm so proud once again. I'll give you guys like a what the fuck emo, or like, what is it? I go like this or something. I don't even remember.
That was pretty
That's
good.
me. Yeah. I feel like do like this too. Yeah.
But yeah,
okay,
I mean,
sorry.
definitely a shorter recap. Literally, like Philip said, one clip in game 1, and I mean, I think he brought up some good points. Like just neither runner, like single digit mistakes in both seeds combined, like just overall. So what can Automat do? Like he has to make the mistake count be 0. And then even if there are no mistakes, is Ancoboy playing perfectly enough to the point where it doesn't even matter? Like, is Ancoboy just playing faster? Has the fastest season 2 ranked average. Is that just enough? Is he just consistently faster and not making the mistakes today? I mean, in the first 2 seeds, that's been what it's been. So
he just has to win one of the next 3. And so Automat needs to take this little break that we've had, refocus, you know, harness that that 100% win rate once again, because he's got to win 3 in a row right now. He's got to bring it back to his season 2 stats. You know what I'm saying? He's got to win Rune Portal. He's got to win 2 more after that, and he cannot lose. If he loses a single one, he's out of the tournament. So I don't know. We'll see.
And if he wins this Rune Portal seed to keep his tournament chances alive, Ancoboy gets to pick the next seed. And then if Automat wins again to force it to a best 5, Ancoboy gets to pick the next seed again. And it's both seeds. It could be any of the 5 seed types that we've seen because it's seed 4. The bans don't matter anymore. So it's possible. Could be a 3-0, but it's very stacked against Automat just due to he's got to reverse sweep, and he's got to do it on potentially harder seed types where Ancoboy can be much more consistent and confident, especially because he's played ranked maybe 100 times the amount that Automat's played. Like, not even an exaggeration, might have 100 times the games. I mean, he has 50 times the games in season 2. And Automat, I only played 20 games in season 1. I don't know how many he's played in season 3. Like, Ancoboy has at least 10 times the amount of total games played in ranked, which just gives you so much experience with the filter, with all the small things, with exactly how everything is generated. So we'll see. But so far in this Rune Portal overworld, very consistent from both players. Gonna not have food issues. And it looks like Automat is entering first. Maybe some better Mob Wander RNG. Maybe some better mechanics on what is happening. But this Basalt spawn doesn't look like your typical ranked spawn. Not sure.
Yeah, this is a bit strange, huh? Definitely does not looks like a seed I'd consider resetting in RSG, which I feel like most ranked nethers don't look like that to me.
Yes, but Bastion is guaranteed to be close and open. 4 is guaranteed to be open and close to the Bastion, and it looks like it just became fine. And I think I see a housing potentially or stables to the right there, and Automat's in the lead. I mean, not really.
Chops though, you know what I'm saying? For Ancoboy.
Yeah, I know Automat does have similar amount of pork chops though in his
Does he? Okay.
Yeah, and there's stables here as well. Well, there's stables, yes, but there's Hoglands.
Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, you're totally right.
Out 2 extra, so he's got 6 in total.
Wow, yeah, nice.
Don't really know. I mean, if both players play well, if those 2 pork chops will matter, but Ancoboy not getting that chest, so could be a better food decision from Automat. But let's see, heading into the gap, slightly outdated route, but not a huge deal. Gonna go up and bring these pigs over, and Ancoboy is not going to manhunt the upper pigs. Look at this though. Look at this. Automat on 4 hearts. Look at this. It's crossbow guy, sword guy. Click him. Eat the pork chop. Looks like he's good, but distracting so many pigs.
Yeah, that's gonna
makes them a little slow occasionally. Baby Hoglin. 4 hearts still didn't actually ever eat the pork chop, but it's like you're not really taking damage anymore.
Right.
So it's hard to say that was a big time loss or not. This Baby Hoglin could end up being annoying though.
It could be annoying. A little nuisance.
And the only other thing that's weird here is I'm not sure how many more pigs Automat has compared to Ancoboy, because he did the like upper sort of manhunt stables route. Like, it looks like Ancoboy has a lot of pigs. So I don't know if what Automat did ended up saving him time or not, as opposed to just heading right into the bastion, into the gap and trading, which is what Ancoboy did. I don't know if he wanted to do that. Definitely kind of got just boxed out by some pigs. Didn't have gold. Didn't have distraction materials. But yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of time to overlap looting these chests. But I think Automat's gonna have to loot the same chests and then go back down the same way. So. Oh, pig's mad here
Yeah,
from the
lots of guys
backup
over here.
box. Yeah, it just depends on. He goes to this triple first. Could save some time, as I think the double chest wasn't helpful. There's a
There we
lot
go.
of obby there, so yeah, it looks like both these
Nice.
winners are good. I mean, 12 obsidian from Automat. I know he hasn't checked like any of his trades. We'll see.
He was a little bit behind here on the bastion. Let's see if he can. Yeah, Anchorboy's out, so Automatic gonna be running down and then loading that pearl back up.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ancoboy is still ahead. Nice boat play there as well to get into the gap here. Good terrain, recognition.
Oh no, he aggro's a piglet.
It's okay. I think it's fine.
It was a disaster still.
It's too far away from the fort to matter. You know, like if you pearl
Yeah.
onto the zombie pig on the fort, we've seen how that can go very badly. But and they both left. Like Angleboy caught up a little bit of time. Definitely has less food, and this is a far fort, so it could actually end up mattering. I don't know. It's got one extra pork chop, and I don't know about the quality of other food that exists. It might just be these pork chops. Oh, Ankle Boy, bad pearl. No food. Oh, three mutton as well. I was gonna say pork chop again. So food situation is maybe okay, but he's just not finding the fort. I mean, it's in this basalt. We see Automat in the fort, but Ankle Boy just can't find it. And yeah, I mean, it's so close to him, but this is a very exposed fort, so he's just like too low maybe, or around this hill. Like, I don't really know what these runners did differently here to get to the terrain, but Ankle Boy is just not finding it. I think he's just too low. Finds an edge finally, but Automat has had time to build up these strays.
Yeah.
And get info on the spawner. I mean, pearling to another stray, even how much food and pearls he has and is confident with. Needs to potentially find a spawner, but see some on the side. I'm like, where is Ancoboy even entering this fort? Like, so far back. 2 Wither Skellies, just more time loss. Can maybe jump over these guys. Nope, gets a hit in. Now there's 3 Wither Skellies. Like, what do? Do you go up? This is okay, but you're just so buried. It's just not looking good for Ankle Boy. This entire forge is just time loss after time loss. Finds the good part finally. Another Wither Skelly hit. He's still alive, but this is, again, almost an opposite of the food situation. Was so good for Ankle Boy last seed, so bad for Automat last seed, and now it's the complete opposite.
Right.
4 rods and a
Yeah.
blaze-witted spawner for Automats. I mean, he's just ahead. It's just, can he keep this lead
Yep.
into, like, throughout the rest of the seed until he kills the dragon? That's all he needs to do.
Boy. I'm pretty low. Yeah, just the man. These for some reason it's something about like being down like 4 or more hearts in a blaze spawner. I just get paranoid. I get paranoid watching because like I feel like it's so easy just get a double spawn, boom
Yeah.
boom, and then you're just gone. You know what I mean? So
It doesn't matter how good you are. If you get 4 blaze spawn and then another 4 blaze spawn 10-12 seconds later,
yeah,
it's over. Like, you're gonna get hit. You can't physically kill the blazes that quickly.
Yep.
So see how far away this is. I know they're at different spawners, so the spawn rates in the blazes could be different. So something that Ankle Boy is potentially looking forward to, but I think he's just so far behind that it might be too little too late if Automat can play the rest of the seed pretty well. And like Film said, Automat really hasn't been making that many mistakes. It's like one small decision in both seeds was just such a like a high impact decision.
Yeah.
So and I mean he hasn't made any of those high impact mistakes this seed, and there's only so much time left to make those decisions. Like he's already going to second portal or hanging a pearl there, at least needs one more rod. 6 beds, 1 anchor, 7 beds, 7 beds, 3 anchors. Excuse me. I mean,
Things
that's
are looking
enough
good.
for 2 0 cycles. Yeah.
Things looking good here for Automat.
Will he get the 6th rod? I mean, it doesn't really matter though, because Ancoboy has similar rates, but he gets it there at the very end. So we will see. How close is he to second portal chords? 240, 166 maybe. Hard to see with the artifacting, but I think he's right there. Just gonna start digging down here. Yeah, and Ancoboy 2 rods behind and second portal travel behind as well. So
Oh.
if we get an easy preemptive and an easy 0, it's gonna be a 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, this
On
is
the
looking
horizon.
really good for Automat.
In the stronghold. A little weird, like in a cave above it, but he's good. Didn't look like a great preemptive spike anywhere. Not comfortable with any of those spikes. Maybe behind, but not comfortable with any of those. He's still scanning. I'd say maybe straight behind, but even then, I don't love it. We'll see though. He's sending backwards. Gets some bread. Might be enough to dodge the hunger reset potentially. And yeah, I mean, if there's any split for Ancoboy to potentially make up the time, it would be this one. You know, a 0 will be very similar speed for both runners, but this is where there could be some time to be saved, and
I mean,
not
Ancoboy,
looking great so far.
he's on Automat's tail. You know what I mean?
And the interesting thing here too, Nerdy, is different spawners. I think
Ooh, these might be
means
different.
different strongholds. I am almost positive these are different strongholds. So, I think it was already done preemptiving. He might have gotten a good spike. Automat doesn't know where it is.
Wow.
Ancoboy finds it. And
That
all
is
the time save that
crazy.
Automat had is just gone. To no spike, to different stronghold, to potentially game over. 56, you can get a pearl clip here after 4 blocks. Gonna come out. Is it zeroable? Not really. And okay, it was a hunger reset death from Automat. I looked back and he was dead.
Yeah.
I mean, is this just a really bad stronghold? Is he getting
know.
unlucky? Is this the portal
I mean-
room? No. Is there a portal room? Surely. I don't know. I mean, but you knew you were ahead, and I mean, it's obviously still winnable because it is perch RNG. But the longer you spend in here, the longer that it will be till it is just game over. And I mean, it looks like there's still parts of the stronghold that he's never even seen. On this back left, like never seen that library. Never seen that library either, so I don't know if it's some weird just entity culling with the preemptive that he couldn't get a spike off or anything like that, but
Right.
regardless of what it is, it wasn't. That's a very weird generation. It just couldn't find the portal room, and it might just be it. Get a snap from Ancoboy here somewhat soon. But yeah, no, it looks like, I mean, Automat fully cleared that left side, and now just got no idea where this portal room is.
Yeah, this
It
is
just
this is
happens
heartbreaking.
occasionally. If it wasn't on that left, that's where I thought. He hadn't checked that too much. But there's the snap for Ancoboy, and it's gonna be
That
over.
should be game. Wow, yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, I feel like that one is. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, how much of that is skill? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's very hard to say.
Yeah, it's just impossible to see differences in the stronghold there, right? It's impossible. Forts are so big, can't fully standardize like what stronghold people go to, but Automat gave himself a lot of time and just couldn't find it. Now, how much was it due to the stronghold? How much was it due to lack of preemptive? I don't know, but it is what it is. I mean, that, again, it's just that was his one mistake in the seed was just
Yep.
was just the stronghold. Just one mistake in each seed that just caused him to lose.